recording?
Recording is started.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ted Phillips. I'm the chair of the JEA Awards Committee, and I would like to call the August 1st, 2024 awards meeting to order. We have a physical quorum present this morning, represented by myself, Ted Phillips, David Emmanuel, and Hai Vu, who is here for Ray Marshall. OGC is represented by Rebecca Levy, and budget is represented by Stephanie Neely. Did we receive any public comment via email?
No public comment via email.
We have no one here in person. Is there anyone on the line from the public who would like to speak at the public comments section of this meeting? If so, unmute yourself and speak up. All right, hearing none, we will move on. On today's consent agenda, we have items 1 through 3 and 5 through 7. Items 4 and 8 have been moved to the regular agenda for discussion, and item 9 has been deferred. They have been approved by procurement, budget, OGC, legal, the business unit, VP, and chief, and are ready for the awards committee approval. Before we take a vote on the consent agenda, would anyone like to move any other item to the regular agenda for discussion or deferral to another week? Hearing none, may I get a motion to adopt today's consent agenda as proposed?
So moved. This is Hai.
Second.
Okay, so that was Hai with the motion and David with the second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None. The motion is adopted. So on our regular agenda.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
How does the award amount, the original, I get the original, and the not to exceed, how does that work?
So somebody else want to probably explain this better than I could?
I can jump in.
Okay, thank you, Jenny.
Which one are you referring to, David?
Number 3, the overhead transmission and distribution.
Okay. It's a little small. I'm going to open it up on my side.
So David, if you take the original award amount of $20,089,000, you add to it the amendment from 1025 of 23 of $2,008,000, and then you add the award amount that we approved. That's how you get to the 2035.
Plus equal.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Tim.
Okay.
You get it? I'm sorry, I couldn't see it on there.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
We got
very confused.
And sometimes there might be several amendments, right? This one only had one.
Okay.
You have to add them all.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, no problem. So we will move on to the regular agenda. So item number 4, as item number 1 on the regular agenda is open for discussion. So this was a request for proposal for CCN substation and transmission projects management service was awarded to 3 vendors, Burns and McDonald's, Leidos, and Black and Veatch, all at $916,666,067. I think I said that right. It looked like we had several people bid on this. My question was, how did we determine that these were the 3 firms we wanted to use? If there's somebody from either procurement or the business that could step up on that one for me, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, good morning. Name is Sebastian Camise. I'm the project manager for this project. We had a CCNA and we basically graded the proposals based on the evaluation matrix, which looked at years of experience, how they handle similar projects, and we graded them on a scale of 0 to 100, and those three firms got the top ratings.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks. So because I got a little, when it was talking about the difference in the price but it's based upon all the criteria, not just the pricing, correct?
Right. Pricing is not considered in the evaluation. It's professional services. So we're grading them on their ability to manage projects based on their past experience.
Okay. Thank you for that, Sebastian. Is there anyone on the committee that has any other questions?
No.
So I will entertain a motion to adopt item number 1 on the regular agenda / number 4 from the consent agenda.
So move.
Seconded.
So that was David with the motion and seconded by Hy. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion is adopted. So the last item we have is number 8 from the consent agenda, which is now number 2 on the regular agenda. So this is an amendment to a contract that was awarded to Williams, and subsequently Williams has the contract has been terminated and Williams has declared bankruptcy. Could someone just I don't specifically have a question on this one in particular. Just how does the process work when we do have a contract that we terminate and we have to use the bond to finish out the work? Can somebody just give us a brief explanation of how all that works for the record?
Dan, do you want to take that one or do you want me to?
You can.
Okay. So when we end up having to call the bond, they will look at what we've already spent to date, what the contract amount is that we agreed to that we haven't spent, and they will go to the market and find a replacement contractor for us. So JEA is responsible for paying for what we originally had contracted, and anything over that amount, the bond company would cover. So if there's different ways to do the bond, but for this one, that's how we did it, where they brought in their own contractor to finish the project. They did go through a bid process and tried to get some competition there, but if there's any overage of the original award amount, then they would cover that to make us whole. So we're still only paying the amount that we agreed to. Dan, did I say that all correctly?
Basically, yeah, that's the basic process. Yes, the bond company limit as far as their liability is the original contract amount. So their liability limit is the contract amount. So if the job ends up costing more than that, then their liability is capped. So that's kind of the crux. That's not a factor in this case, but that's just an important information.
And then that is why we wouldn't on this. We didn't go through our normal procurement process because state law allows us to let the bond company bring the vendor to the table. Am I correct in saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of get that. We don't have that happen very often. And so I thought it would just be good to get that on the record. So thank you for helping with that.
Hey, Dan, I have a question. When Petticoat Smith brought forth the cost proposal, does JEA have any say in the approval of that proposal, or is that strictly up to the bond company?
So it depends on which option. In the bonds gives us various options as to which way to go. I believe in this option, we did have a say as to whether we wanted to proceed or not with the Petticoat proposal. Yes, so we did have a choice in this case. We could have rejected this proposal, but we went through it and determined it was reasonable, and we're happy that Petticoat understood the project and could complete it.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Ted,
Oh,
before we move forward, this is Delphine. Before we move forward, Jenny, I just wanted to get a clarification again about the question David asked. So we have the new award amount that we're going to give the original plus 10%. And that makes up the final not to exceed amount.
Dan, do you want to walk her through how the not to exceed amount came about on this one, or just walk her through the cost?
Yeah, because I calculated it today and it didn't come up to the not exceed amount, but if I add 10%, then it came up to that. So that's all that's what I wanted to know. Do we just really have that plus the 10%?
Well, the award amount is the cost proposal from Petticoat, so that should be in the backup folders. That should match exactly. The rest is kind of the math behind the scenes. So we're awarding Petticoat the exact amount on their proposal. So that's the straight award amount.
It wasn't for that. I went back to the one that Ted was asked, what David asked about, in the other one. One was Ricky Erickson, and one was for Kim Wheeler. And he asked the one about Kim Wheeler. Erickson is number 7, and I think we're deferring. And so I was asking, when I did the numbers, I took the award amount, the original award amount, and it didn't add up to the amount to exceed. But if I added 10%, then it was that. So that's what I was clarifying. So in those types of projects, is that the way we calculate it?
Delphine, did you add the amendment number, the 2 million number that was awarded on 10/25? And that would make sense. It's 10% because that's the maximum amount that you can amend the contract without going to the award. So there's a column for the amendment, 2 million. Did you add the award amount, the original amount, the amendment that should come to the 23 million?
Okay, that's what I needed. Thank you. It just happens to be 10%. It's not always. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll redo it. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, I'm the accountant. I love to add the numbers together. So.
I ain't got that one.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to item number 8. Any other questions on item number 8 from the consent agenda, which is now item number 2 on the regular agenda? Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve that item.
I move, so moved.
Second.
David with the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion is adopted. So items 1 through 3 and 5 through 7 and item 9 were deferred on the consent agenda, and items 1 and 2, which were items number 4 and 8 from the consent agenda, have been approved at the August 1st, 2024 meeting. Is there any other business that needs to come before this committee this morning? All right, then we will stand adjourned. Thank you for everyone for your help in getting this put together and making it go quickly. I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Thank you.
Yeah.